Hello, everyone. It's Miss Billy and her cat, Rowdy. Rowdy, say good morning to my class.
Meow.
That's my daughter. But anyway, that's okay. Listen, Rowdy's joining me for my read aloud today. Isn't that nice? The only reason why Rowdy's here, as you can see him with his paw up, is because Miss Billy has temptations. And so it's a cat food that he loves. But listen, we're celebrating Earth Day. It's Earth Day. This is really such a good thing to be happening right now because, as I said in our last post, the earth is changing, the world is changing. But you know what? We really do have the world, meaning each other, in our hands. And that is, the book that I'm going to read. We've got the whole world in our hands, which we do. We have each other in our hands. We have the world in our hands in terms of just thinking about one another and being a part of the world and how it's changing. There's lots of things changing for us because we're not in school and we probably won't be in school. But one of the things that I'd like to encourage for Earth Day, Rowdy's leaving, is that maybe you could go on a Earth walk, like a trail, a nature walk, to find things that are in the earth that you could just put in a plastic baggie and identify at home on the internet with your parents. But just a walk. We're all kind of stuck in the house, and so it'd be nice to go out for a walk. And when you're out for the walk, take a baggie and just notice things that the world has to offer. And then making sure that you wash your hands and staying healthy that way is really, really important during these times. But we're going to get to our book. We've got the whole world in our hands, and I've got an instruction sheet with an activity for you to actually put the world in your hands and think about a way that you could change the world to be more positive or fix something that's going on. It's a good discussion to have at home during dinner. So let's get on with the book. Oh, Rowdy needs a temptation so he can stay. Let's give him a temptation. Look at him. Hey, say hi, Rowdy. I wish I could bring him to school, but he doesn't know how to act. All right, here we go. We've got the whole world in our hands. And guess what? Miss Billy's going to sing at the end of this book, so forgive me. But maybe my son, who's sitting here, will join me. So here we go. Remember, I always talk about you'll see the book more than me. You already know what I look like. And, yeah, you want to see the book? All right, Rowdy, sorry, I'm going to put the book in front of you. We've got the whole world in our hands. We've got the whole world in our hands. Oh, my son's even singing already. Isn't that awesome? So I'm looking at this little girl, and she has a ball of yarn. And it really is representing the earth in all the different diversity or colors and what makes the earth, what makes it the world, really. It's just all the different things that are in it. And she looks like she loves it. So that's really awesome. And the bird that's coming to visit her. Let's see the next page. We've got the whole world in our hands. We've got you and we got you got me in our hands. We've got the whole world in our hands. So I'm looking at this wonderful picture, and it really does represent the diversity of us and how our world is. All different colored people, all people of abilities and disabilities. And just the fact that we're all together and wanting the same things. And those kids look really happy, and that's what I'm hoping for all of us. All right, let's go on. We've got the sun and the rain in our hands. So this beautiful picture, the sun is out today, and I'm asking you guys to take a nice nature walk to celebrate Earth Day. And we're going to have some rain too. But you know what? All of those things are necessary for the world to be healthy and happy. And so you start to think about all the things that the world does and is going through, and then think about the picture that you'll draw and how you'll support the earth and how you'll contribute to making it better. We've got the moon and the stars in our hands. So we transferred from day to night. And night is so necessary. The moon and all the animals. Remember, we talked about nocturnal animals in our last book, Catching a Unicorn. nighttime is necessary for getting our sleep. So the world really supports us. So again, I ask you to think about ways we can continue to support the earth and the world. We've got the whole world in our hands. So when you're out on your nature walk, you're going to see you might even see snails. It's springtime now, so you'll see the leaves on the trees. You'll see little patches of grass growing. And just think about what you can hold in your hand on that walk and how you can really enjoy the world in a different way. I know we're not in school and we're not seeing each other, but we can enjoy different things now. We've got the wind and the clouds in our hands. We've got the whole world in our hands. So I'm looking at this picture, and this beautiful young lady's enjoying different animals and, different things on the earth and in the world that really depend on the earth. They depend on us keeping it clean and strong and healthy. So when you are drawing your picture the world in your hands, think about the animals that live in the world and ways that we can help those animals by making the world a better place and continuing to support it. All right, let's see our next page. And look who's still here. Rowdy. We've got the rivers and the mountains in our hands. So you know what? I hope for you, I know that we are trying to limit our time outside these days, and it's really important that we do that. But hopefully, from time to time, you'll be able to take a walk and, see mountains and see rivers and really enjoy the earth, because it is Earth Day. So when you do that, just take note of the, landscape. That is the hills and the mountains and all of those things, and just kind of sit and look and appreciate it. And when you draw your picture, think about landscapes. Think about what it looks like outside and what you love, and you might be able to draw that in your hand. All right, next page. We've got the oceans and the seas in our hands, which is Mrs. Billy's favorite thing. I love the ocean, as you all know. And, think about all the sea creatures and all of the beautiful animals in the ocean that really need the earth and the ocean to stay clean. So I ask that you think about ways that you can keep the oceans clean. When you draw your picture of the earth in your hands, you might want to draw the oceans and how you really can continue to keep our world and our oceans in a good place. So think about that. And that's probably Miss Billy on her boat. See, there I am. All right, let's see the next page. We've got you and you've got me in our hands. Now, this is an important page, and I'm going to call your attention to it because, we really do have each other. Even though we are apart and we are not together every day, these particular children are holding a string that really hold them together. And you know what? I'd like to think of us holding that same string at the Baldwin or wherever you are through your homes and through Miss Billy on this video, that we really are thinking about each other and we have each other in our hands. So when you draw your picture of the world in your hands, think of ways that you're staying connected with your family and with your teachers and with your friends, and how thankful you are for that. And I'd love to see those pictures, because we really are all still connected, even if we're not seeing and physically touching each other, which is important that we don't do right now, that we are still connected. So think about those ways to draw that picture, and let's see what you come up with. All right, let's see our next page. Oh, it's getting stuck. Look, he's still here. Can you believe it, Rowdy? He's looking for more temptations. All right, here we go. We've got everybody here in our hands. So this is my perfect page here. You see all of those beautiful hands and all of the different, it just represents so much diversity, which means different colors, different looks, we're all different, but how we're all the same. We're all looking for this world to be the place we need it to be for each other. So when it says we've got everyone here in our hands, it really is about supporting one another all over the world. We're all kind of going through this change that Miss Billy continues to talk about. And so how we think about other people in other parts of the country. I know some of you are from other parts of the country. So how do you support family that lives somewhere else? What are you doing? How do you see them? Do you talk to them? And so when we have each other in our hands, there are ways that we can continue to think and hope for better things. So I'd love to see that in a picture when you draw it. That we all have each other in our hands in different countries and different places, but how we're all still in one world, and that matters. So here we go. We've got the whole world in our hands. So this picture, it really looks like she is helping one young lady either stay up or come up. So it looks like, they have each other and they're helping each other. And that's such a huge thing right now, because as we all go through not having our same routine, how are we supporting one another? How are we helping one another? How are we extending our hand to someone else? And I would love to see a story of that, or even hear it. My first graders, I'll ask you to start writing more if you can. Tell me a particular way that you supported someone during this time away from school and away from everything that is a routine. What are you doing? I would love to read it, or I would love to see it in a picture. So think about that. All right, here we go. One of my favorite pictures. We've got everybody everywhere in our hands. So that means the world just doesn't consist of us, just people, human beings. It consists of animals. It consists of nature. And so the Earth Day and celebrating Earth Day is so important, because it's just not us in the world. And so I'd love to see what the world consists of other than us. And in this picture, I think it really represents the world and all of us in it, and how, we should continue to create a world that we all can live in. That includes animals, trees, oceans, and everyone else that lives in it. So when you draw your picture, think about everything in the world. And when you go on your walk, your nature walk, think about how you can continue to support everything in the world and lend a hand. So I'd love to see those pictures and what your thoughts are for a better world. Oh, this is a good one. Dun, 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 dun. We've got the whole world in our hands. So again, if you look at the picture really represents diversity in the world, all the people that we continue to support and try to, as we live differently, try to figure out how to do that in the best way. So I would love to see pictures of how we're all together, and what's your way of supporting that. So this particular picture has a I guess it's a balloon, a basket and a balloon, and how everyone is in it and floating and off into space and loving it. So that's a really good idea. It's a way of us enjoying every place, and space is a part of our world. So this is a nice picture. All right, let's see. We're almost at the end. And you know what? Guess who continued to stay with us? Rowdy. Rowdy, are you sleeping during class? I guess he fell asleep. That's what happens. All right. I'm going to ask my son to finish this book with me as we sing the song. We've got the whole world in our hands. So I'm going to ask, at the end, Miss Billy, every time we're in library, I go, oh, I got to sing. And then you guys go, oh, you love it. So we're going to sing this song, and we're going to sing it in hopes that you'll go on your Earth walk and your Earth Day celebration walk, your nature walk, and you'll find things that support the Earth, and you'll think about, when you draw your picture, ways that you can support the world and how it's changing and how you feel about it. I'd love to know how you feel about all that's going on, all that and then how you would like to support and lend a hand to the world and how it's changing. One way I would, and this is an example, is to continue to connect with you guys through, videos for the rest of the year until summer, and maybe even throughout summer. And I would love to go out, which I will be doing soon, to a food bank and helping families who are in need of help. So, recycling is another way. Washing your hands is huge, guys. So, every day, even in your own home, I think, You know, a lot of us forget that we don't need to wash our hands at home, but we do at this time. So, and not putting your hands in your face, it's huge. You know, I never thought about how many times I put my hand or my fingers in my eye or just to touch my face. And you know what? It's so important that we don't do that as well. You know, there's new ways and new things that we're doing to support our world and how it's changing, and those are just some of them. So I would love for you to continue this conversation with your families. And here we go, the song. We've got the whole world in our hands. You hear him? He's back there, but he won't come to the video. Come around to the video. No, this way. Go all the way around the table. This way. And then Rowdy's going to sing with us. Oh my gosh, this is like we're a band. Ready? There's my son, EJ. Taylor, will you come and sing with us? All right, Rowdy's going to sing too. Ready? We've got the whole world in our hands. We got the whole world in our hands. We got the whole world in our hands. We've got the oceans and the seas in our hands. We got the ocean and the seas in our hands. We got the whole world in our hands. We got everybody everywhere in our hands. We got everybody everywhere in our hands. We got the whole world in our hands. All right, guys. Well, this was one of my favorite books. I hope that you guys liked it. And then my son and my cat stayed. How sweet is that? All right, so go out for your nature walk. Enjoy Earth Day, and then enjoy this world. And maybe you can draw a picture. He's going to have a temptation now. Maybe you can draw a picture of how you'd like to support the earth in your hands. And I left that on this page, and you can print it or you can draw your own picture. And please, oh my gosh, he's on the table. Please post when you do. I miss you guys. I'll continue to post books. All my love to you and your families. Please stay safe, and we will see each other again.